Good morning, everyone. It
Wait,
is,
it still says setting up. Hold on, hold on.
oh,
There's a delay. Okay, now we're live.
okay. Good morning, everyone. If you heard the first one, it's just twice as good morning. It's Emily Grant and Dr. Maureen Frank with Birding with Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, and this morning we are joining you for Cup Chat. Maureen, what you got over there?
I have juice because when it gets hot, I just can't do hot drinks in the morning or hot foods. Like I had cold cereal and cold juice for breakfast because it's just too hot.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to say my lifeline kind of depends on having a morning coffee, whether it's hot or cold. I get very grumpy without it. And I'm sure many of our viewers can understand that coffee is a very essential part of the day. So let's start off with what everyone wants to know is where's my cup from today? Your cup looks very plain and glassy.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's got some nice like wavy lines on it, but it's not from anywhere special.
Yeah. Okay. So my cup is from Singapore. So we had about 10 people guess Singapore, which I think my hints were too easy for you guys. So next week I'm going to make it a little bit harder. But, and then I think I kind of gave it away because I would tell people when they're wrong. Well, how do you tell people they're right and not give away the answer to everybody? So I'm going to be more careful next time. But here's my cup for next week. Okay. Everybody gets their the three circle view. All right, and let's pick a winner for this week. All right. Our winner for guessing that my cup was from Singapore is Bella Birdie from Instagram. So I will message you and we will give you a discount code for boarding your Birding the Border registration pass. So thanks for everybody who guessed. But again, let's give a three circle view for my cup from next week. I know the glare is really bad, guys. I'm sorry. And I picked this one because I like the red. And then it has a little cardinal on it, so I thought it was a cute little cup for birding. But that's where we're at for this week. What are we going to give away for people who guess my cup next week, Maureen?
We are going to give away a Birding the Border goodie bag, which will include one of our freshly minted Birding with Extension reusable grocery bags. It's very nice. It's even the ones that's got like kind of a little hard plastic bottom so that they stand up nicely. You can put lots of groceries in it. I have some from various other things. You have to take the little bottom part out, but the rest is washable. So if you're worried about keeping safe right now with reusable bags in the grocery store, you can still wash it and then you're good to go after you've used it. So, and in that bag,
you know what? I'm going to pause you right there because I learned something new. I never knew you could wash those grocery bags.
Oh, yeah.
A whole bunch of them. I never even knew you could wash them. See all the things you can learn on Cup Chat.
Yeah, I used to wash mine not very often. Now I try to be a little more diligent about it, but
I'm not going to wash mine, but I didn't even know you could. I mean,
you could, right.
Good to know. Good to know, everybody.
Yes. So in the bag, there will be a Vortex baseball cap and a Vortex sticker. And also to get you excited for all the places that you could travel when you come out to Birding the Border, there's going to be a Pecos Trails guidebook. So, when you're driving across Texas and you see like, Hill Country Trail or Coastal Trail on those little blue signs, we have the Pecos Trail is the one that goes through the area closest to Del Rio. And so it will tell you about those different scenic roads to take. And it's got just good information. So if you want to come to Birding the Border and plan another trip along with that, then you can start dreaming and planning your trips now.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so today on Cup Chat, we are going to be talking about Birding the Border because we have just released the dates. April, I have so many dates as a county agent, so you're going to have to tell me more. April
29th through May 2nd.
And you'll have to really understand, it's not that I forgot our dates. It's literally, there's 100 dates in the last county agent. So registration is going to be opening September 1st. And so we just wanted to join you in the mornings once a week and kind of give you the scoop on some of the things about Birding the Border. So today we're going to be talking about something new. We've never offered this feature of our program before. Ooh, coffee talking to me this morning. Not everyone needed to know that, but surprise. A beginner tract and a photography focus tract. And so these are two new things that we're excited to be able to offer this year. And so Maureen, you want to tell us a little bit about the beginner tract to kick us off?
Yeah, so I'm super excited for the beginner track. If you sign up for the beginner track, it's all 3 days you'll be signing up for and designating that you want to go to those all 3 places.
And it's one registration option. So when you register for a beginner track, tax, title, license out the door, minus a few special events and like your t-shirt and everything's included.
Yeah, so it's a really nice little package, and it's kind of nice for a beginner because we have an awesome guide. Bill Sane is going to be guiding that one, and he has an awesome buddy, and they're both really good at teaching beginners. So if you're a little bit nervous and you haven't done a lot of birding before and you're not sure about birding, in this big group of people, we have set up a guide and a buddy for you who are fantastic. And because you're in that same group of people for the whole 3 days, you'll get to know your fellow birders. You can learn some of your different strengths, to where you help each other out. Maybe some of you are better by sound than by seeing the birds. So that way everybody can, just get to know each other really well. The guides can get to know you and figure out what it is that you need help with. And so yeah, hopefully that'll be a really neat experience. We're also, because we're really big for birding the border, we like to highlight that we're not just at the US-Mexico border, but we're at the border of 3 different ecoregions. The trips that we have planned for the beginner track are going to put you in those 3 different ecoregions for those 3 days. So you'll have one trip that's in around Del Rio at the duck pond, and you'll get to see a lot of just kind of the classic Del Rio birds. And again, because we're right at the border with Mexico, some of the species maybe that you only see, that barely come over across the border from Mexico.
Hold on.
Oh,
the
sorry.
Duck pond. Everyone can go to the duck pond, Maureen.
True. Yes, that's just one of the beginner trips, and that's a good point for all.
No. I mean, if you look on eBird,
yes,
guys, I'm here to tell you this duck pond deal is cool. If you look on eBird, the duck pond is a hot spot in Del Rio. At least it should be. If it's not, it's wrong. But the thing that most people don't know is the duck pond is a series of ponds and like irrigation creek things off of Cienega Springs. So while everyone from the road can look through the little fence and see the big duck pond that we all, that we commonly know as the duck pond, these tours are going behind the scenes at the duck pond to see the second and third ponds and irrigation streams and irrigation river creek thing that goes all throughout that property. So it is a behind the scenes at the duck pond tour.
Yeah, that's a really good point. The first time I remember we ever went to the duck pond, Emily was like, this is a little sketchy because it's kind of right off a busy road and there's a little pull out. So it's safe, but there's a lot going on and it's not really a calm, relaxing birding experience. Whereas what we're going to do behind the scenes, we can drive the roads and walk the roads and see a lot more than you could see from the road. So that's a good point. Yeah.
All right, sorry. Just hate to
interrupt. That's okay.
So behind the scenes
that's important. That's very important.
I think so.
And then we'll also be going to a property out west of Del Rio. So we're going to get that drier, scrubbier vegetation. And we'll get to see some of our target species include like black-tailed gnatcatcher. So that will be a completely different type. You have something to say, Em?
Nope, good.
Okay.
I thought I did. I kept it in.
Okay. And then our last day will be Kickapoo Caverns State Park and hopefully a private property that's across the way. They are good for beginners because Kickapoo Caverns has a blind, which is really awesome because you can sit and see the birds come in really close, which I think is fantastic practice for beginners. And then that's just all of your hill country species. So on that and the private property, we hope to see black-capped vireos and golden-cheeked warblers. And that's just kind of your more classic hill country species. So we really hit those 3 different areas.
Didn't we see an indigo bunting the other day?
Highlighted. We had varied buntings and indigo up there, I think.
No, we had varied. Indigo were varied. We had indigo at the fort.
Yeah, we definitely had varied there. Yeah.
Interesting. So that's super exciting. And what does the beginner track cost, which everyone is wondering?
I'm gonna get this wrong. You better tell.
Oh, I thought I told you.
$400?
Yes. So our beginner track costs $400 tax, title, license. You're out the door. The only thing that does not include is going to be your the only thing that does not include is going to be your, like, if you want to go to Birds, Bats, and Owl, the benefit dinner, or the Burning with Extension dinner. But everything else is included, your festival pass. So you click on one thing and that's what you register for. So super excited to be able to provide that at a discounted rate for all of our beginners. Our beginner track is also limited at 10 participants. So if that's something you would like to do, please register fast because there's only 10 slots. Next up is our photography track. I'm super excited about our photography track because I think we've set up some great properties. And I want to clarify a little bit that this is photography focused. Now, neither Maureen nor I are photographers, but we've consulted and know a few. And we wanted to make sure that we didn't misrepresent at all the trips because we want it to be a healthy mix of birding and photography. So all of our sites that you're going to be going to, the goal will be to get great pictures. And so that's going to be sitting longer at sites. You're not going to be walking around. There are blinds on several of there are blinds for you to sit in and get good pictures, and you'll be there for the majority of the morning and then maybe move to another blind in the afternoon. But it won't be the same. It will not be the same as our normal trips where we typically get out and move and try to cover a lot of ground and see a little bit different, see a lot of the properties that we're going to. That being said, we have an awesome guide. Dorian Anderson is going to lead our photography track, photography focused trips. And so what this is going to allow you to do if you want to participate is there's 8 slots each day for a photography focused trip. And those trips are to properties that we take our normal trips to as well. However, these are just going to be very much more focused on photography and not moving around a whole lot. And the goal is, I'm losing my train of thought here. Goal, photography. Help me out, Maureen.
And the other thing is to know is that it's like Emily just said, they're photography focused trips. It's not really a track like the beginner is. So if you want to do photography, but you also want to spend some time like getting lots of species on another day, you can choose just 1 photography day or 2 photography days or 3 photography days, but it's not like the beginner package.
Right. And so you're going to register for our photography focused trips much the same way you would register if you were just going to do anything normally. You're going to have to choose a festival registration pass, and then you're going to choose the photography focused trips you want to go on or the trips you want to go on. Now, and with that being said, the cool thing and what we're really excited to offer is that there's not going to be a cost difference to go on that photography focused experience. So while it's limited to 8 people, that is going to be the only the cost difference to go on a photography focused trip to Zuberbuehler Ranch is going to be the same, which we don't even have there. That was just an example because I like to say the word Zuberbuehler. But the same cost that it would be to go on a normal day trip to Zuberbuehler Ranch. So the cost difference is going to be the same for both experiences. And we're excited to offer that for those of you who want to get some great pictures.
Yeah, and just to share a little bit more about that guide too, Dr. Dorian Anderson is really well known. He guides at a lot of the big festivals, and if you want, you can check out his some of his photography at DorianAndersonphotography.com, and we can post that on the Facebook page so you can find it easily. But he's just amazing, and so he can help coach our participants, on just doing a great job with their own photos as well. So we're really excited for that. We do want to note that this is really a trip for people that, you might be beginning bird photographers, or maybe you're a seasoned bird photographer, but it's not a how to use your camera trip. So we do ask that participants in this trip already know the basics of like the settings on their camera and, you know, kind of how to use it in general. And serious cameras. You know, I know that every now and then there's trips that are like, you know, photography with a cell phone. Yeah, that's not the goal. The goal is that you at least have some sort of equipment. When Emily and I went out and toured one of the ranches a couple weeks ago, it was funny.
Oh,
y'all
I posted the picture.
See this on Instagram. Yeah, like my little camera compared to the landowners, like big camera, big difference. But what was really cool about that was the way he has his blinds set up. It was okay that I had my little camera because there was a depth to it. So there were close perches for the birds and far perches. And so it didn't really matter if you had a smaller camera. So you don't need to have a fancy camera, but you do need to have something a little bit more fancy than this. So.
I'm going to take my iPhone. That's where I take all my pictures from. Let's be real.
Well, you stole the camera from me for a little while there.
I do. I love taking pictures. So fun fact, I know we're running out of time, guys, for our morning coffee chat. But the fun fact is I used to, when I was in 4-H, which those of you who don't know what 4-H is, it is the youth component of Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Service that focuses on educating youth. And one of the projects through 4-H is photography. And so I actually, as a junior, I don't know, I don't know how, because now as a junior, I couldn't go to state. But when I was a junior, I had a state winning photography picture of my dog sitting on my front porch. And so I always loved photography. I guess I would say I've never been willing to be serious about it just because the investment it cost and the time it takes. And I know most people don't, you know, as a county agent, I don't just do birding. And so there's a lot of time investment in being good and getting to practice and having a photography kind of, you know, hobby. And my lifestyle take up most of that time. But yes, I enjoy taking pictures. I'm not the best. And one of my really good family friends is a professional photographer up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And I've really enjoyed learning from her, especially the editing side, as I've used a lot of the editing tools for work and stuff for different stuff. But anyways, fun fact.
And I haven't pulled those pictures off the camera yet from our trip, but I'm going to have to do that and post one of your pictures so everybody can see.
Ooh, please make it a good one.
I will. I'll choose a good one.
Well, thank you. I'd appreciate it. Well, thank y'all everybody for joining us for Cup Chat. Okay, let's give us another 360 view of our cup for tomorrow, for next week. And so you can see I have covered over the, I wish there was a better, I feel like I don't know how to take the glare off. Maybe back here. That's kind
You'll post pictures of it on Instagram, right?
Oh, of course. Monday and Tuesday we'll do the same hints, and we'll go through what my cup is. I'm excited. Guys, I've got so many cups. I was counting yesterday and how many cups I could go through for Cup Chat before I have to be a boring Cup Chat host. I've got quite a few. I thought it was funny when people started guessing. They started guessing in the U.S. Where my cup was from in Singapore, and we quickly had to dispel the myth that my cup was 9,000 miles away from Dallas. But you know, that was kind of cool. When I looked up Singapore, they actually do something very similar. They have a bird project and have kind of like eBird does. But the Singapore Bird Project, and they've listed all their species out, and they have some cool looking doves. And I just think that was really neat as I went through and kind of was trying to get hints and find bird hints, that it was very interesting to me how dramatically different the bird species are from across the world. And I guess maybe that's something we need to add to our Cup Chat list, because that would be very interesting, I think, just to chit chat about is, why don't they come visit us? I mean, they can fly. Hop off and fly across the ocean. Come on, come visit, you know? I just think it'd be funny.
Yeah, that'd be a good discussion. And you can see, so on Dorian Anderson's page, he has some pictures from all around the world. So you can see some of the different bird species in different parts of the world. And it is pretty cool to see. I really got hooked on birding when I was in Honduras, seeing some pretty amazing species. So
sometimes why don't they come visit? I mean, really.
Well, because they're tropical species. We'll make this another discussion. Don't worry.
Okay.
We'll have a whole full discussion.
As to why birds from around the world just don't come visit Del
Don't
Rio,
come
Texas.
visit us here. Yeah.
You know, Del Rio is kind of an awesome place to come bird. It'd be even awesomer if everybody came and visited. All right. Well, everybody have a wonderful Wednesday morning. We are halfway through the week. We hope you enjoy listening to a little bit about our beginner and photography track. And congratulations to Bella Birdie for winning her Birding the Border registration pass. So we will see y'all next Wednesday for Cup Chat. And we are going to be talking about all the fun stuff to do besides going birding at our Birding the Border program. So see y'all next week. Bye.
Hold on.
If Maureen can figure out how to end our live video.
If I can. Oh.